Illustrations to show the use of a logarithm table. The table illustrates only a few rows for your understanding. Look at the table carefully. You can clearly see that it is divided into two parts. Note that all values are positive. Mantissa values cannot be greater than 1. And do not forget to prefix the values by a decimal point. To learn how to get the logarithm of a number, let's see some illustrations. Click on the number 1.557 to know how to get its logarithm. Now let's see what we get for 0.00109. Ignoring the decimal point, consider the first two digits of the number, that is 15. Mark the number 15 in the first column. Then consider the next digit, that is 5, and mark the number in the first row. Proceeding row-wise from number 15, note down the corresponding Mantissa value for 5. That is, in this case, it is 1903, which is entered into the table below. Now consider the last digit of the number, that is 7, and mark under mean difference, and again note down the corresponding Mantissa value. The value here is 20, which is also entered into the table. Now, adding these two values, we get the Mantissa as 1923. Since the Mantissa cannot be greater than 1, prefix a decimal point before the value. Now the Mantissa is equal to 0.1923. Characteristic is one number less than the number of digits before the decimal point. That is, in 1.557 there is only one digit before the decimal point. Therefore, characteristic is equal to 0. The sum of Mantissa and characteristic gives the logarithm. Therefore, 0.1923 is the logarithm of 1.557. Click on the Home button below to see the next illustration. In this case, since the initial two digits are 0, ignore them and mark for the next digits, that is for 10 and 9, and note down the corresponding values from the table as we did for the previous illustration. So, after prefixing the decimal point, the Mantissa value is equal to 0.0374. Wondering how the characteristic became 3 bar in this case? Well, adding the number of zeros after the decimal point and including the decimal point itself, we get 3 bar. Therefore, logarithm of 0.00109 is equal to 3 bar point 0374. Click on the Home button below and find the logarithm of the numbers given as exercises.